What's up, guys? I want to welcome you to season 2 of Kiki with CoCo, and this is your girl CoCo, and I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all are new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's about life in general with an emphasis on relationships, and I have my friends, family, and guests come on the show, and we just kiki about whatever the topic that day is. And so just to give y'all a little update about what's been going on with me, last season I left off letting y'all know I was leaving the UK, moving back to the States. So I'm in Georgia. I'm semi-settled. All my stuff is in my house. Have I unpacked yet? No. But all my stuff is here. So I'm super excited to be back in the States, being in the UK. I was literally on lockdown for an entire year. So to come back to America and it just be like wide open, it's been super fun. I did get the COVID vaccine because I just figured it's something I should do, since I was coming back here. But, without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce today's guest. I feel like to open up this season wouldn't be a better person to do it than my own brother. So Paris, you want to go ahead and say what's up and tell the people about you?
What's up, y'all? My name is Paris, aka ParistheSpitta. I'm a rapper, entrepreneur, engineer, hustler, ultimately.
Literally a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I live in Chicago currently. I'm gonna migrate to the West Coast, take my talents to LA, California area. That's pretty much it. And this is my little big sister.
Yeah, little big sister. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start off with the drink with CoCo. Him, along with my dad, they drink is Casmigos. I cannot get with tequila like that, but that was his recommendation for today. They typically mix it with a little lime juice, just like a little dash.
Yeah.
I'm assuming to offset the taste, but I don't know how much they really do. So we're gonna go ahead and just cheers it up.
I'm drinking out the bottle, y'all don't judge me.
And I got my Kiki with CoCo shot glass. So hit the website up if y'all want one.
Cheers.
Cheers. Shit. All right. So now that we got that out the way, get the
man. Let's do it. I'm ready now. You can ask me anything.
All right, so we going to kick it off with word on the street. And so I thought before we get into, the mess of things that's been going on this year, I thought we start off with some positivity. So if you guys haven't heard, Zaila Avant Garde, she is 14 years old, and she is the first African-American to win the Scripps Spelling Bee. So shout out to her, Black Girl Magic popping.
Yeah, I know some grown-ups that can't even spell vacuum, so that's amazing.
Right? People don't even know the difference between there, and they are. So,
there you go.
I think that's super amazing. The only thing about it is just that you would think in 2021, we would not still be talking about the first African-American to do this or do that. So I definitely say shout out to her. From her parents,
support system, all that, yeah.
Definitely. So her went, and then I read a little background on it or whatever, and it don't even sound like she been practicing or preparing that long for it, like maybe the past couple years, when people literally prepare and they are a part of this circle for like years.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm not even gonna lie, especially at that, what, you 14?
14, yep.
Like I say, I know grown-ups that cannot spell. Like you say, there, and they are. Like that's insane. I hate scrolling down social media and you see people with all these goddamn typos. Like, no, that's not a typo, bro. You meant to type that.
Yeah. Like even sometimes I go back and reread the things and I'll be like, girl, what was you doing? Like,
Yeah.
but you can't take it back. And I just be like,
Yeah.
hopefully they not vocab. You know, those people that want to blast you all the time. Oh, you spelled this wrong. You didn't
And
use
I
that
get
the
caught.
right way.
I get caught in that all the time. Like usually, like if I'm intoxicated, I'll type the wrong stuff, and then I'll look at it the next day, like, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, but I ain't gonna say everyone know, but I'm not an idiot. I know how to spell, you know. Yeah.
Definitely. And the crazy part about it is that she said this is not even like spelling is like a hobby for her. She prefer to do basketball. She is in the Guinness Book of Records for being able to dribble multiple balls at once. So shout out to her and
You
like you
just
said, her
breaking
family.
barriers.
Yeah, her family and her support system for like just really making her great, creating a great human being.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So now that we done kind of got some positivity out there, let's go ahead and get to just a tad bit of mess. So,
Lord have mercy.
so if y'all know Iman Shumpert, that is Tiana Taylor's husband, he said that men don't get excited about lingerie anymore because people be wearing it in the streets all the time. So, what's your thoughts?
All you got to do is take, book what is it, like $150 round trip ticket to Miami with Spirit and just scroll down South Beach, and you're gonna see nothing but ass and titties. Like you see it every day. Just go to your search tab on Instagram. You're
Yeah.
gonna see it. It even got to the point I had to, because they allow you to like if you don't want to see that type of content, you can just set it up to where they don't show you that type of stuff no more. So I had to literally do that. Like, oh, I'm tired of seeing this shit. So I agree with him. It's like a lot of women took the fun out of it because it's easily accessible these days, be it social media or any party, or you go to the beach, or anywhere that's popping, like you're gonna see ass and titties, lingerie. Like when you get home, like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw it. I'm sorry. Give me a break.
I'm not big on lingerie, but I will say I'll wear it like under a jacket or something, just to give it a little cute flavor, a little lace. But I'm just not all out like let's just go out in the streets in lingerie. I do feel like there is a level of discreetness you should have about yourself in the street.
But that's from a woman's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
These girls ain't discreet. What? They all got a discreet bone in their body.
They like,
airing out their
I got it.
business.
I'm about to flaunt it.
It's even deeper than just the physical aspect. Like you can scroll to any one of these females that do that type of shit. If she got kids, she blasting her baby daddy on Facebook and social media. That's no discreet in a relationship there. She's telling her personal business, no discreet in her own shit. You think she give a damn about her body? Like, no, she's all morals all fucked up. She don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
For real.
I think it's unfortunate how women portray ourselves in the media. And then I mean, I know there are some women that are like, white men look at Black women as exotic in some instances, and they don't want to be seen as that, but it's like this is what you putting out there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I definitely say, I think all women can be a little risque, and some people just take it to a whole nother extreme. So I myself, I don't disagree with his statement to say that men don't get excited about it. It's just like, why? I can see this any day, anytime.
But you know what I think it is, honestly? I think it's the modern day woman, right? Not the woman that's on her shit or, mentally in a certain space, but a lot of women have adapted this idea that shit, they the modern day men, like, the independence, the money, like they got everything that guys got. I was at the airport, girl had on a skirt, she was just sitting like a straight nigga. Like she don't give a fuck. I'm like, baby girl, you can't be doing that.
Yeah. when where was I? I was at the airport, and I'm assuming these people was coming from Miami based on how they was dressed, but literally looked like they just came off the beach, and it's just like you didn't have time to put no clothes on. So you just thought walking through the airport with your ass out was okay.
It's sad, man. It's sad day in America, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very sad. I think it's one thing to wear it like as a part of an outfit, but to just straight out be like in your beachwear or lingerie with your ass out at the airport is just like, you just don't give a fuck.
Or you just love attention. It's one of the two.
Yeah, because that you definitely gonna turn some heads with your ass just out.
Some people live for that shit.
Not me, I could not. And as you have brought up, you know, just the modern day woman and the independence that they have, I think that is a great segue into the hot cup of cocoa.
Okay.
So in this week's hot cup of cocoa, we are talking about men taking the lead. And my thoughts on men taking the lead, it would be nice to see more of it, but I myself, I'm gonna put myself in this bunch where it's like you so independent, you don't know how to let a man lead. So what are your thoughts on men taking the lead?
I'm an alpha male, so I feel like that's my role. You know, I feel like more men should step up and be leaders. But it's kind of tough when you got so many things in society that could deter your whole leadership ability. You know, you got men out here that don't even understand where they're going. You know, they on the wrong path. So, you know, it's more like an expectation versus reality type thing. Like a man wants you to lead, wants to lead you, but he's not a man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, my grandfather, you know, he did this, this, and this, and my grandmama did. Well, it's different, my boy. You know, your grandfather took care of the bills. Your grandfather took care of the household. You know, you can't half-ass being a man. You know what I'm saying? So me being a leader, it's like, first and foremost, for my woman to trust me to lead, that's one thing. And for me to actually trust myself to lead is another. You know what I'm saying? I know where I'm going, so it makes sense to have you follow me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and have these expectations, knowing damn well I'm on a path of destruction. I don't know where I'm headed, and I still want you to follow me. Like that makes no sense. You know, that's being a half-assed man.
Yeah, it definitely don't make sense. And I have found myself in that position before with the ex. Basically, he wanted to make all the rules and whatever. But when it came time to pay bills and all that, it was 50-50. And it's just like, well, how do you expect me to allow you to lead me when I don't feel like I'm being led? You
gotta pay the cost to be the boss, my boy.
I feel like we roommates up in here, you know, and not saying like I don't think I should contribute to the household, but when I'm cooking, cleaning, working a full-time job, and you not doing nothing but paying your half the rent, we roommates.
Take another shot to these half-ass men. Y'all ain't shit. You got to pay the cost to be the boss, my boy.
Yeah, and it's just like, at the end of the day, I felt like I couldn't trust him. It was just like, I can't trust you to lead me. It's we the blind. We ain't blind leading the blind. You blind trying to lead the one that can see.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like, bruh.
Exactly.
I do this.
Yeah.
Like, you not doing nothing new right now.
Yeah, that's exactly how it be. And I see it so many times, relationships going sour. And you know, the guys, they don't understand why she's leaving. And I see it, but I can't tell my homie like, yeah, bro, she's leaving because you ain't got your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be that friend that's like, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it usually goes. Like y'all get tired of our bullshit, I get it. But if you're gonna leave, my nigga, if you're gonna step up and be a man, you gotta be a man. That's it, that's all.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I'm not a man, so I can't tell a man how to be a man, but I definitely think I believe in gender roles. You know, men do this, women do this. And I know it's women out there that's like, I don't need a man to pay all my bills and I don't need him to do X, Y, Z. That's all well and good. You do make a contribution. You may not be paying the mortgage, but maybe you pay the utilities. You know what I'm saying? You may not be paying, maybe he take care of all the household bills and your responsibility is just buy groceries. Your money be the savings money. Your money be what pay for y'all trips. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your contribution. I guess
But
like if the kids, if y'all got children, y'all kids need clothes and stuff, that you take care of that type of thing. I don't know, but
yeah, I also feel like every woman should maintain some type of independency outside of her relationship, right?
mhm.
Um, because I see a lot of people, especially these social media girls, want guys to take care of them, trick on them, and do all this stuff, pay all the bills. All that's fine, but that's only gonna lead you into a control situation. You know what I'm saying? I pay all your bills, and this just the mind of a lost person or a controlling person. I pay all your shit. I take everything. You're gonna do what I tell you to do, and that's kind of sexist. It's fucked up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like have your own sense of independence. That way, in regards to certain things, like yes, you have a mouth, you have a say so. This is not fucking the Middle East where the modern day woman can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a say so. So get your money, get your coins. Don't rely on a nigga to do everything for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. And it's one of those things like if you do have like if your man is paying all the bills, like that don't mean trick off all your money. Still
Oh,
be
no, I'm not.
stacking your money, girl.
But that even a real man, a real leader will even that should be the conversation. That should be the narrative. It's like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this. The money you're making, that's yours. That's rainy day money type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or you do what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I have my own ideas towards things that a lot of people might not agree with, like as far as like getting your hair done and all that shit. Like I feel like your money could take care of that type of shit. Like I'm taking care of the finances on a bigger scale. The smaller shit. Like I don't need you to take me to get my fucking manicure or get my feet done. Like that's when it comes to that type of stuff. Nah, you can take care of that yourself.
Yeah. And I would agree, like if you are doing all of those things, but say you don't live together, you know what I'm saying? Then maybe that is an expense that you do for your girl, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. So what exactly does leading look like? I know we talked about like paying bills, you know, that type of thing, but what other things is it a man's responsibility to do to show that he can lead?
Earn your trust.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's essential. In any type of leadership role, not just in a relationship, whether it's the workplace, whether it's anything that you're doing, you want to ultimately earn the trust of whoever you're trying to lead. And once you got them on board, it's like they're gonna follow you to the end because they
Yeah,
believe in you. You know, it's
definitely.
one of those things. Like you got to just be a man of your word. You know, and these things that I live by. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. That's one thing that could easily earn someone's trust.
Yeah.
Um, and that's like the major thing, like for me, is earning the trust.
Mm-hmm. And I think to include like earning someone's trust, I think being able to verbalize what you feel, what you think is also a form of, you know, gaining someone's trust, like knowing as my partner, we can sit down and we can have these conversations about who is going to take care of what. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? If you can
Yeah,
initiate.
communication is major.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's major. But
Yeah.
that's not just a leadership quality. That's just, I feel like, something that should be in a relationship. Like you should communicate well, but that is something that can tie into the whole trust thing. Like we
Yeah.
communicate, he tell me everything, he keep it 100 with me or whatever. Like, yeah, I trust him. So yeah. What the lady say it was some, I think it was on Instagram. She was like, I'm gonna stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine. And,
And,
and
that,
I'm
and
going to
that's
stick
and that's
beside him.
and that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm going to stick beside him.
Yeah, she was like, I'm gonna stick beside him. He's mine. I'm gonna stick beside him. She trust that nigga. She gonna stick beside that motherfucker.
Yeah. And I mean, that's important. I think a man feels value when he know he has his woman's trust. And a woman feels value when she feel like her man can take care of the things that he's going to take care of.
Is that more so like from a stability standpoint?
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, any woman wants stability, whether it's because you independent or you in a relationship, married, long-term, whatever. You want stability at all the time. Mm-hmm. Like that's a part of it. I feel like that is a part of being secure in your relationship when you feel like you have that stability.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I think that just ties into gaining someone's trust, or I think all of this ties in and branches into that whole a man leading thing. Like if you can provide me with stability, security, and all of that, then I have no problem with following you.
Right. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head with that one.
and a lot of one thing I can say I feel like is kind of lost is I feel like our generation, and it's more than our generation, but I'll just start with us by saying like a lot of us didn't have father figures in our lives to show us what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? And so I had a lady ask me one time, how did I know like I wanted to be married and I wanted to have a family when that's not what I grew up with in my household? And I said, well, for a period of time, I did have that in my household. So I knew what it looked like to see my parents together, to see my parents love each other. You know what I'm saying? And of course, what you see growing up is what you want for your future, possibly if it's a good scenario, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you always want better for yourself in the future. And if you do have children, you want better for those children. So not to say like how I grew up was bad by any means, you know what I'm saying? But we always want to do better.
Mm-hmm. And my thing is, and a lot of people, I think the mistake I made early on was living vicariously through negative people. Mm-hmm. Instead of the right type of people. Because mm-hmm. like you say, I didn't see these things, and the negative people that I was living vicariously through was saying fuck hoes and get money. You know what I'm saying? So that became the motto, because I'm living through this bullshit. Mm-hmm. But when I actually focused and cut out all the noise, it was like, okay, now I can tune in to what I actually want, instead of living through social media or living through music or all this other bullshit, all this riffraff that actually doesn't apply to who I am and who I want to become. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mistake a lot of men or kids make. Just being led by the wrong people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then your surround, as you see, if you have no representation of what love or marriage or none of this stuff look like, how could you create that if that's all you're around? You know what I'm saying? So you got to get the fuck from around it. So I got the fuck from around it. I'm ready to get married now.
Well, let me know when. But yeah, I definitely think it's important. Like the people you surround yourself with are the ones who encourage the type of lifestyle you live. You know what I'm saying? And if you got people around you, like you saying, like, fuck bitches, we get money, whatever, like, of course, that's going to be your focus. But exactly. But I definitely think it's important to, and especially at our age, it's just like, it's time for like, no, we don't have to start or stop living the lives that we lead because we want to settle down. That just means we have somebody else to do that with now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think when people put the focus on their own relationships versus what everybody else is doing, you know what I'm saying, then y'all can have more cohesive relationships, Yeah. Like, I think it's important to have a support system outside of the person you in a relationship with. But at the end of the day, it's just you and that person in that relationship. Nobody else is living with the decisions that the two of y'all make. So it's just like, if you want to, follow the lead because I believe the man is the head of the household. And You should be able to do that without your friends being like, well, girl, you always got to make sure you got your own. I feel like any dummy would just, in this day and age, I feel like you would be a dummy to not have your own on the side. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to listen to your friends to tell you how you need to be operating in your relationship.
And even the dummies, like, I don't judge them, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of look at it like employment, right? You got some people who rather be an entrepreneur. You got some people who rather be told what to do. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to relationship, you got some women who want to have their own shit. You got some women that want to be in a controlled situation because they ain't got to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to each his own.
Definitely, to each his own. So, do you think women, because of being independent, have pushed away the idea of a man being the head of the household?
I mean, it depends on the man. Like, I love the independent thing, but a real man is not gonna run away from that. If anything, it'll be more of a turn on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a young boy might be like, "Oh no, you too independent for me." But if you ain't got, you know, if you can't pay to play, my boy, get out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how it goes. You know. So no, I don't think women push the idea away not being independent. I think they pool got a lot smaller now. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at that pond, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
You ain't got you know high school, that motherfucker, you at the ocean. Once you got the college or entrepreneurship, now you got the Olympic pool. Once you actually start making money doing this shit, it's lit the backyard
A little
pool.
bit slimmer.
You know what I'm saying? So in that pool, you know, it's gonna be some rodents that get in that motherfucker. You gotta, you know, clean it out there once in a while. But it's still people out there that loves that shit. You just gotta know how to find your demographic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cause I know, like, for me, like, I've been independent a very long time. So it's like, for me, when I do enter into a relationship, I have to put myself in a mind frame of, you know, allow him to do simple shit like decide what directions he gonna take to get to the destination. You know what I'm saying? Like I have been told before, like I'd be like, why you just ain't go this way? And they'd be like, do you want to drive? And I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's simple stuff like that. And I feel like that's the beginning of allowing a man to lead, like while you're dating, at least just to give those simple things like directions or pick a date destination. Like a lot of people like to be like, well, where you want to eat? I don't know where you want to eat, you know, like.
But I feel like those type of things, for example, could easily be like you can cancel that shit out in the dating phase. You know what I'm saying? Like you can know exactly, oh nah, this motherfucker. I'm sure it's a lot of like the independent women that we talking about, zero tolerance for bullshit. You know exactly what you expect, and you're not gonna settle for nothing less than that, right?
Yeah.
So during that courting phase, if this motherfucker is not doing these things as an independent woman, why the fuck do you feel like you got to teach a man how to do that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody out there that's gonna give you everything, and you're gonna be shocked in the motherfucker. Like, I don't know who sent you. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck you come from? Yeah, it's one of those. Like when you get the right one, you gonna feel like it's gonna scare you. You fuck around and push him away because you're gonna think it's not real.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things when you do find someone, you just like, is it real? Like you had, like I've heard someone say like self-sabotaging a relationship, like everything is going good, but you just like, nah, that can't be.
Yeah,
so you making up reasons to be like, yeah, nah, I don't want to be with you, you know. Well, what's your reason? You really ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Besides, it just seemed too perfect to be true. But yeah, I think it's important to be self-aware of certain tendencies that independent women may have, as far as like when it comes to not allowing a man to lead, because just the way you do something a certain way don't mean there's not another way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That and a real man gonna give you some security. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna tell you, like, man, I got you. I got us. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be straight. And even the most independent woman to become dependent when they hear some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker bow down. Nigga, he got me. He got me. I ain't got to do so much. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know people would be like, you know, independent women, you want a man to have this, you want a man to have that. But what about this man could probably give you that, but just not have this amount of money or, you know, whatever. And it's just like I have one friend and she's like, I don't want a man to buy me red bottoms or Gucci or Louis or whatever. I can buy that myself. And it's just like, but if a man bring you that as a gift, would you not accept it?
You know she gonna accept it. Like she talking shit. Take a shot to her lying ass.
She hold married.
Everybody want that shit, man.
I mean, she hold married, so I don't know if her husband not buying her these type of things and she buy all her expensive things, but you know, I just be like, so your husband don't do these type of things for you? Like, if my thing is, if I'm buying myself these type of gifts, I expect for somebody else to buy me these type of gifts. And no, that don't mean every time you buy me a gift, it gotta be Louis Gucci, you know, all of that. But like, put some thought into the gift.
But even ultimately, if you're doing that shit prior to the relationship, right? You have a standard you set for yourself. You attract who you are. Ultimately, you're gonna attract who you are. If you look like money, you're gonna find some motherfucking money.
Yeah.
If you look like shit, you're gonna find shit. So why would you settle for anything less than what you're already doing for yourself?
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, you meet a girl, she already on her shit. If I'm not coming like on point to add value to what she's already got, and vice versa, we don't need to even be having a conversation or fucking or doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasting time. We just playing.
Because I'm telling you, if I'm doing these things for myself, I'm definitely going to do those things for you. I don't expect this to just be a one-way street. Like, you doing all these things for me and I'm not doing nothing for you. And I see a lot of times, like on social media, women be like, buy me this, buy me that, blah, 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 blah. And then you'll see somebody else be like, well, what you bringing to the table?
Well,
and I do ask that question, like, well, what are you bringing to the table?
You know, I don't mean to cut you off, but you got some suck ass niggas out here, right? And they kind of fucked it up for the real ones, because you got niggas out here that's just tricking on a cute female. She just cute. That's all. She just cute. She don't got shit. She ain't bringing shit to the table, but he's still making this cute, dumb, uneducated, no money having motherfucker feel like she the shit. So when you got a man trying to come to her like with some morals and trying to bring some values into her life, she like, well, what can you do for me? Bitch, what could you do for yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let this nigga that's tricking his money on you fool you. He don't give a fuck about you, baby. You just cute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of females got that fucked up. They let these suck ass niggas fuck their heads up.
Yeah.
So you got a nigga like me, I'll bring you back down to reality.
Sometimes I be like, where the suckers
at? they out there, but then it's gonna fuck you up in the long run when you start looking for a real one.
Exactly. Like, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want nobody that's just a sucker that's just gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And not expect nothing in return. Or the day he do ask for something in return, you looking stupid like, I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's important, like, whoever I end up with, like, that we be equally yoked. You know, like, we work out how we operate in this relationship, but even if you are paying the bills, I should be able to do the same if it comes a time where you can't.
I agree.
Yeah. And so I think we kind of already hit on this. Like, what do you think will let a woman allow a man to lead? And like you kind of mentioned before, like, trust, I think, is super important to allow for that dynamic to happen within the relationship. And then, of course, all the other aspects that come with building a solid foundation within a relationship, I think is important to help encourage that dynamic as well. And like you said, a real man, like, a woman, an independent woman is gonna always question or whatever. But if a man is constantly like, I got this, And initially, it's gonna take a little bit, trying to get accustomed to a man being like, I got this, and you being like, well, okay. You know what I'm saying? But I think a woman needs to hear that from men is, I got this. And I think it's too often that women don't hear that. So it's just like, how can I allow you to lead when you're not saying things like, I got this, don't worry about it. Or, yeah, go get your hair and nails done. I'll make sure this over here is taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And another thing for you women out there, I just want to say this disclaimer, this side note, man. Y'all got to stop falling and stand for the motherfucking potential of who that dude could become, man. Because he going to run from your reality. I'm telling you right now. Stop falling for his potential. That's the difference. Niggas run from reality. Y'all stay for potential. Get the fuck up out that jam.
I think potential is okay in your early 20s, but in your 30s, you can't be working off potential. It's like, where are you now? What can we do to build off of now? So, yeah, I think dating somebody for potential purposes at this age is not okay. Like, you can't date for potential. Yeah, that's definitely not the move. So what are some instances where you feel like you ran into an independent woman who didn't know how to let go of the reins, if you've ever had that happen to you?
Didn't know how to let go of what?
Like let go of the reins, like to allow you to be the man?
I don't think I ever had that, ran into a situation like that. Because like I say, I'm an alpha male, you know what I'm saying? So when I come to the table, you're gonna already know, like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna for sure you. Like, I'm gonna let that be known. Like, even the most independent women want to hear, like you said, like, I got you. It's cool. Take your crown off, queen. You good. I got you.
Yeah.
You know, like, make a motherfucker stay humble and get the crying and shit. He got me. I'm stick beside him.
Yeah.
So I don't think I ever ran into that, never ran into that issue, only because of the type of person I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think with one of my exes, the relationship started off with kind of like, I'm not gonna say I was running the show, but it was just like I could make a suggestion and it'd be like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. And then later on down the road, that the answer was just always like, no. And it's just like, why is this a no? Like, okay, well, let me come up with a compromise. Still no, like,
yeah,
bruh, no, you trying to take control of this relationship, and I don't operate like that.
Yeah.
Like, and then I feel like even though a man leads, you're still a partnership. You know what I'm saying? I still think that compromise needs to happen and those type of things. Like, not everything is he gonna make the decision and I'm gonna follow, but we gonna discuss this together, and sometimes that can be misconstrued as somebody trying to take control of a situation. Like, I had somebody before tell me he didn't want me to wear makeup and stuff because he didn't agree with it. It's not something his mama did. And I said, well, your mama is 70 years old. Like, of course she wasn't wearing makeup. Like, boy, bye. Like, you're not about to tell
people kill me with these standards, man. People, men and women, kill me with these standards. Like, I want, like, females, I want a dude that's 6 figures with a 6-pack and 6 feet tall. Like, your daddy was a fucking midget with a big ass belly and made $2 an hour. Like, how the fuck you got this expectation, my nigga? Like, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, like, where this come from?
I was actually having a conversation with some friends of mine about respect in a relationship, right? And how it's a double standard. Because he was like, if I'm taking care of the bills, and this goes back to, the whole leadership thing and the controlling thing. Like, he was like, if I'm taking care of the bills, she's gonna do what I say. I say, but what if she wants you to do something? If she asks me, I'll do it. But why? But she gonna do what you tell her to do. But she gotta ask you. So why? It's a double standard there. Like, in a relationship, like you say, it gotta be equally yoked. I don't give a fuck if I'm the breadwinner, I'm the head of the household. Like, that respect is gonna be I mean, that's why we in a relationship first and foremost. I gotta love, respect, trust, all that shit. So I'm not gonna treat you like you, even if you are less than me. I never treat you like you less than me. You know what I'm saying? That respect gonna have to be there.
Yeah, I know one of my friends, she said she asked her parents, like, how come it seemed like her dad was always making the decision? And he said, I'm just the spokesman. You know what I'm saying? But we had these conversations when y'all ain't around. I'm just the spokesman. She got very much an opinion, and a lot of the times we go with how she say we gonna roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the spokesman. You know what I'm saying? But or we have discussed, and this is what we agreed upon, and I'm the spokesman. But you know, and I think that's how it should be, like, especially if you do have children, like it's important for them to see that dynamic, you know.
And I even like normalizing things that goes against the status quo, right? So like, even we go out to dinner or something, like the typical dude, if he fucked up, he'll tell his, like, hey baby, you give me the money, I'm gonna pay for it, right? Some weird shit like that. Like, let's normalize, you know, letting your woman, if she want to pay for it. Especially if you're in like a relationship, y'all solid. Like, I can be at me, we can go out, and I don't give a fuck how many people around. If you want to take that bill, baby, take that motherfucker with your independent ass. You hear me?
Yeah.
Take that motherfucker bill, baby.
Yeah.
Show these hoes how you coming. Ain't no shame in my game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with a girl pulling out her car and being like, no, I got this, you know, and not trying to flex or nothing like that. But especially if your dude always pay when y'all go out, what's wrong with you treating him, you know?
Because it happened to me before where, you know, she paid the tab, and the couple we was with was looking at her because her dude pulled his card out, like, I got it, baby. You know, I get it. You know, it's cool. But I felt satisfied when baby, don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah.
And they was looking like, yeah, this how we coming. Let's normalize this.
Yeah. I think let's normalize that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important for women to also understand, like, like, prime example, these celebrities or whatever, they be posting what they dude is doing for them and whatever else. But you notice when the dude birthday come around, they matching that same energy. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, y'all sitting here like, I want this man to do XYZ for me, but then in the same token, y'all are not expecting to have to do nothing in return. And it's just like, these celebrities is not just buying these chicks stuff and they not doing nothing. Like, they buying them Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Rolexes and shit too.
Yeah.
So, and even if it is like a stripper type chick that done got on, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe her dude put her in a position, but she using what he gave her to elevate herself. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is important. Like, these girls ain't just, they on the come up, but they using that come up wisely. Because if them niggas leave them tomorrow, they gonna be able to take care of themselves.
That's the shit about. If I give you 50,000, I want you to triple that shit for me. Not go splurge.
We looking for a Gucci. The relationship need to be like a Gucci Mane, Keisha Kayo. Prime example.
Just like that. Yeah.
You know just what I'm like saying? That. Like, just like that. So
shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like if you want to look at a couple and be like, goals, I'm not gonna say they goals, but I think the dynamic is something to appreciate.
And I don't really know the whole situation. I just know, well, I heard, you know, he got locked up. He, you know, invested some bread into it, and she ran it the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that's goals. That is goals right there.
For sure. Yeah. Like, those are the type of goals you want to aspire to be. Like, if somebody gives you money, like, what do you want to do with that money? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to put yourself on so that, like, if he leave, you going to still be okay? Like, you got residuals growing off that money. You got other ventures that you can do with that. Like, expand your empire outside of this man.
Exactly.
Like, it's nothing wrong with allowing a man to leave, but like we said earlier, have your own. And if having your own come from that man, do you, girl.
Period. Period,
Set
poo.
yourself up.
What did I say? Period, poo.
Period, poo. So, yeah, I think it's super important to allow the dynamic of a man leading, but also understanding like you have to have your own as well. Like, and you can still be independent in a relationship. That don't, because your man pay the bills don't mean that you not independent, you know?
And niggas, if y'all gonna lead, you can't have fast with it, man. 'Cause she ain't gonna follow you. You have a lot of complications if you're trying to lead and you're not a fucking man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just a financial fucking obligation. Leadership takes way more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not just money that's saying that you a leader. You know, it takes other qualities for a woman to feel like she can follow you. Yep, build that trust up in her, and she will definitely follow. Yep.
And probably bring more to the table than most of the niggas you got around you.
What who was that? My baby mama, Jay-Z said my baby mama harder than a lot of you.
Keep it 100, hit the lottery, nigga.
Facts. So I definitely think like that, you know, we listen to hip hop and all these things, and rappers say how they spending all this money and all of these types of things, but it's some truth to the things that they saying. Like if you want to take something from what they saying, like really listen to what they saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right.
So I appreciate you coming on the show with me. You want to take one more shot for the one more time?
Damn, man, you exposed me. Showing these people I'm a goddamn alcoholic. Can't be doing that on fucking live. Fuck it, let's do it. Cheers. I hope my AAA meeting members don't see this.
Not the AA. But you know, I appreciate you coming on the show. You want to let everybody know where they can find you at on social media and hear your music?
Of course. Thank you for having me too. You can find me on social media. Our handles ParistheSpitta, TheSpitta, Paris like the city. So all my music, one of the coldest artists in Chicago. I ain't gonna toot my own horn and shit, but you know, they know what the fuck going on out here. But yeah, all my handles, Facebook, Instagram, but what else is out there? But everything is ParistheSpitta. So yeah, check me out.
Yeah.
That's
Yes. So I appreciate y'all. If you are new to the show, welcome and thank you. And for y'all that have been rocking with me, I appreciate it, especially the encouragement to even get back started. And that's why I didn't want to take no break, because I knew I was going to take a break and be like, oh, your girl ain't got to think about no topics. I ain't got to find people to be on the show. I ain't got to be up on social media like that. Like, I take it. So I definitely appreciate y'all for encouraging me to start back up. It was definitely needed, but it definitely had to come at a time where I felt like I could mentally put my focus towards this, because buying a house, trying to figure out paint, all that type of stuff, it's a whole different beast, which is a whole nother episode to be had. So again, thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all can find me on social media, all social media accounts under Kikiing with CoCo. That's KIKIINGWITHCOCO. So, and then as I mentioned, I was taking shots out of the Drink with Coco shot glasses, which are on my website, KikiingWithCocoPodcast.com. So go ahead, check me out, get you some shot glasses. You can either buy one or a set of 4. Go ahead and get that set of 4 though. But
I'm gonna order a couple of them, I guess.
But again, thank y'all for tuning in, and stay tuned for what's to come.